to talk about you.
It's in the past. Let's just leave it in the past. You better kill me really quickly, because I'm gonna kill you.
Try again.
Go, 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 go! Go!
Hello, greetings and welcome back to Geek Legion of Doom. I'm Lisa from the Lisa Loves channel, and I'm here to do a review for you today for the 2021 movie Coming Home in the Dark. Now, this is a New Zealand movie. It's directed by James Ashcroft, and to give you the name of the four main people we follow for the most part through this movie, we have Daniel Gillies, Eric Thompson, Miriama McDowell, and Matthias Luafutu. I apologise if I'm completely butchering that last one. So this movie follows a couple, Hoagie and Jill, and their two kids, sort of teenage boys. They're on a little bit of a break. They're out in the open air, sort of in like a mountainous area, really beautiful area. They're taking photographs of their family. And all of a sudden, these two guys show up, who we come to know as Mandrake and Tubbs. Now, I don't want to give you too much about the movie, but it becomes very clear that Mandrake and Tubbs know Hoagie well. He doesn't know where from, he doesn't remember them, he's not sure what's going on. There's a very shocking scene near the beginning of the movie, and we follow the movie trying to work out what exactly problem these two guys have with Hoagie. He's sort of an older man, he's probably in his 50s somewhere. Very respectable, married man, two kids. He's away on a family break, and these two sort of quite hardened criminal types have showed up, and they very clearly have issue with him. Now, in this movie, they take him and his wife in their car. The film is actually, I have seen it said very dark. The film is set at nighttime. Now, I didn't have any issue with seeing anything. Some movies can be so dark that you can't see what's going on. It's really distracting. I didn't feel that with this movie at all. So the movie follows a real sort of sense of tension of trying to work out what's going on. What problem have these two guys got with this guy? Has he done something in his past? What has he done? I don't think it's given too much away to say this is a revenge movie. I don't really want to say much more than that about the storyline. Mainly, most of this is set in the car amongst the four individuals, trying to find out what exactly has gone on, him trying to remember who these guys are, and what are these guys going to do? How is it going to end up? You're going to have to watch the movie to find out. So, let's talk about the pros and the cons of Coming Home in the Dark. So first of all, we'll address the issue. People have mentioned it's a very dark movie. It's very hard to see. I don't agree with that at all. Yes, it is a dark movie. Look at the title, Coming Home in the Dark. It's not dark to the point that you can't see what's happening. The lighting's really good. It's shot really well. Technically, it looks beautiful. So I didn't have issue with that at all. The acting is on point. There isn't a weak link there. I found the story really interesting. I was sort of along for the ride. As I always say, if I care, if I'm interested, then I know I'm enjoying the movie. And I'm caring. I'm like, what has he done? Who are these guys? What's going to happen? So I really was along for the ride with all the tension that was building, and there was like proper tension building in the movie. So that side of things worked really well. The sound design is perfect. You're not craning to hear. There's not sound effects that are too loud. It's really frustrating for me when you get really loud sound effects in music, and then when the dialogue comes on, you're messing with your remote control. That's not an issue. Sound design's spot on. As I said, cinematography is really good. Things look really good. And even though it is filmed for the most part in a car in the dark, I don't feel you struggle to see what you're looking at. So it's lit really well. But it's not lit in such a way that it's unbelievable. It's like, well, where's that light cut? You know, it's really, it's authentic, it's convincing. So, good acting, interesting storyline, good building of tension, really good cinematography, sound design. So, negatives of the movie. Now, it's really hard for me to get into negatives of the movie without telling you things that I don't want to tell you. The movie can be taken in two ways. The actions of the guys in this, I felt, were a bit too far, and things they actually did in the movie and decisions they made weren't potentially believable. I felt it was a bit too much. You find yourself thinking, well, why have they done that? What's that for? When you know the backstory as to why they're there. What they do doesn't really make a lot of sense. But on the other side of things, you could really take the movie as if a person has gone through something in life, it can completely change their entire psyche to the point that they are incapable of rational thought. They are willing to go to any extreme to get revenge for something that may have happened to them in the past. I just felt that the actions of the guys in this towards certain people in the movie were questionable. Not enough was actually told about other people that should have been a factor in this. We should have had a distinct sort of knowledge of what happened to other people that we didn't really have completely clarified. There was maybe a couple of references, but not strong enough to have a strong... I'm being really vague, folks, I do apologise, but I don't want to tell you too much. It is a revenge movie. These guys are going after Huggy for a reason. They're putting him and his wife to hell and back. I just question with what had happened, with Huggy's involvement in the whole thing that had happened, is it a little bit far-fetched? So that's my main con to the movie. I feel technically it's very well shot, very well done, very well acted. There isn't a weak link. The bad guys are really convincing, are really good bad guys. You find yourself hating them. Then you find yourself understanding them a little bit when you hear why they are where they are. But then you find yourself questioning their actions based on why they're there and what they should be doing and what they're actually doing. So the story didn't knit together that convincingly for me in the end. And the ending is a bit of a shock ending as well. Again, it's one I could talk a lot more about if I could go into detail, but, you know, I think the only thing I could personally take from it to make it work is the effect of things on people's brain invokes a kind of madness, a kind of lack of judgment, and it's the only way I could sort of like marry the actions of the two guys. So, would I recommend it? Yes, if you like a well-acted movie, a tense movie, if you like to sort of like see developing characters. Yes, I would recommend it. I would say for most people the ending probably will be a little bit disappointing, a little bit anticlimactic. You may be questioning, well, why have they done this? Why have they done that? So if you do watch it, be prepared to sort of question intention. If you want to see something that's out and out shocking, that's fast moving, fast paced, gore, all this stuff, no, this is not for you. Now, there is some, I don't even want to use the word gore because this is more of a drama thriller than anything else. But there are little like bits of gore, I suppose you could say, here and there in the movie. But don't go into it thinking that that's what the movie is, because that's just a little bit of it. So yeah, I would recommend it to, not to the casual film viewer, but to someone that likes to watch something you know is going to be very well acted and very well carried through, even though it may have a questionable conclusion. It's not very fast moving. It's not bells and whistles and gore and effects. It's not that at all. It's very dialogue based. That's something I personally really enjoy. I love to see good interaction, good dialogue, convincing story, building characters. That's my kind of thing, but I realise it's not for everyone. So if I had to score this movie out of 10, I think I would come in at a 6. If certain aspects of the storyline itself had have been changed, that probably could have gone up to a 7. But just the struggle I had tying together actions with effects, with why and these characters, I think I struggled a little bit, and I think we did need to have more of an emphasis into have these guys sort of started, you know, descending into some sort of madness where their judgment is all askew. I needed more of a concentration on that to make what happened make sense. So that did take it down a little bit for me. So it's a 6 out of 10 for me from Coming Home in the Dark. Have you seen it? What did you think of it? If you have, I'd be really interested to hear your thoughts, especially on where we went. Obviously, if you write anything about the story, please write spoilers at the top. Give it a couple of lines so as not to spoil it for anyone else. But I'd be really interested to know what you felt of how the story developed and where we ended up. Or does it sound like something you would like to see? Watch it just so you can see where we go, what happened, what you think about how the story ended up. Was it believable to you? It'd be a really interesting conversation. So pop your comments down below. We always love to read them, and I look forward to speaking to you next time.